All right, everyone. It looks like we are ready for some Dark Souls Remastered tail cut percent. Everyone, welcome Minoan. Good luck.
Hello, everybody. I'm Minoan, a Souls runner who likes to do meme runs most of the time. I haven't done an actual run in quite a while, but this is a run I came up with a couple months ago where I just go through the game and cut every tail. So what this kind of entails is just me going through and getting boss tail cuts. Obviously, there's some like Hellkite Drake or the Everlasting Dragon that aren't a boss, but I try to keep it to only boss tail cuts to make it more interesting, as those can be harder to grab, basically. But I'm going to go through and collect all 9 of them, and once I get the final 9th tail cut, the run is over. Joining me to commentate is Regal.
Hi, I'm here too. I'm excited. I've watched this run a few times, so I sort of know what's going on. But you know, I'm gonna leave Minoan to be the main source here because they know the route better than me.
All right, I think we're ready to begin.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, on 1, 3, 2, 1.
All right, good luck.
All right, so starting out, I am going to be doing something that you may be familiar with from other runners who have been running DS1 with toggling. I am playing female, which there's a lot of differences when it comes to male and female with toggling. So it most likely isn't necessarily faster for me to do it, but I just kind of do it out of habit. But for males, it is saves a couple of seconds depending on how long the run goes for.
I think it is faster for female. It's just the advantage you gain from it isn't as great as it is for male. I think that's how it works.
Yeah. So here I'm doing the standard firebomb kill. I missed the first throw, but that's fine. I could easily recover from that. I don't need all my firebombs for this
Yeah, I was
kill,
about to say, I don't think you
so
need
it's not
all of
too
them.
bad. Oh, whoops.
Oh, did that go right through him? What?
Yeah, we blame the
Okay.
hitboxes there.
Okay, it looked like it went right at him. Okay. I think we're just skipping all of the item pickups here as well.
Yes, I skip all the item pickups here. There isn't anything important for me to grab. The shield and the bandit's knife aren't going to be used, because the main weapon is obviously going to be the Black Knight halberd. We're running DSR. What did you expect?
Yeah. Well, you should pick up the bandit knife just in case you don't get the halberd.
Oh yeah, just in case. No, I am using a tool to spawn it in, or else I'd be here for a while getting really unlucky. But I have been getting lucky with real halberd drops, so I'll see if I get one for my obviously leaderboard run with this.
Oh, it's always hype when you get a real one at a marathon.
Alright, I am quitting out in the store here. It's not faster RTA, but it's faster in-game time, which is what runs are typically timed with, and I'm just very used to it, that it's muscle memory at this point.
Yeah.
It's very hard for me not to quit out on that door. So here I'm going to be skipping a banner that pops up to allow me to sprint, like the Firelink banner. It kind of prevents you from sprinting. Very easy to do. Just hold down the gesture menu and it will cancel it. And I'm also about to perform a humanity dupe here on the elevator. I don't really need to do it because it's meant to increase the drop chance of the Black Knight halberd. Kind of messing it up there. But I do it because it's what you would do if this run was.
Yeah, it's good to show it off how it would normally be.
Yeah. After doing that, when the elevator reaches the bottom, I send it back up because I will be coming back through that elevator later to get to the Blight Town. I use the master key, which I got for... I forgot to explain that, my apologies. I picked Black Firebombs as my starting gift and Thief as the starting class. Thief gives me the master key, and Black Firebombs you obviously saw me using to kill the Asylum Demon a lot quicker, and skipping Upper Asylum. But I will actually be going back to Upper Asylum to get a ring later in the run.
Yeah, it's the classic Thief Firebomb start going into Valley of Drakes that you see many Dark Souls runs doing. And Minoan's also picking up these souls in Valley. They're just like quick pickups on the way, and you can, in this game, using the glitch that Minoan did on the elevator, you can get a ton of souls from just one soul. So those are going to be handy pretty soon.
Yeah, they will be handy pretty soon, and I'll be doing a glitch that kind of expands upon it. I use the default quantity of 0 to be able to dupe 99, but I will be duping more later by abusing a different quantity.
Yeah, whenever you go through a loading screen, the game kind of sets this default internal value of 0, which you can, once you do that dupe glitch and go D-pad down, it goes to 99. And here's another cool glitch here called an up warp. You just like quit out as you drop into that chasm, and it just shoots you to the top of the elevator there.
Yeah, it's not too useful right now, but that glitch will be used later and will be way more useful, saving a ton of time.
Yeah. Here's a cool strat to hopefully get the Black Knight to jump off himself. Okay, didn't quite work the way you wanted, but gets the backstab anyways. Nice. That's like the backup for if you don't get the perfect RNG where the Black Knight runs off. Usually you can get a backstab.
Yeah. Managed to get the Black Knight to fall off. Unfortunate, not a real halberd, but it doesn't matter too much. Once I let my stamina fully drain, I equipped my the Grass Curse Shield in my right hand here. Normally you would want to equip it into your left hand, that's typically where you put shields, but I put it into my right hand for a enemy coming up in the, I don't know what to call it, but like the church in the Undead Parish, basically.
Yeah, the hollow room before gargoyles is usually what we call it.
There we go.
Is it since like so in like prepare to die edition runs, you'd usually have like a thrusting sword there, which is nice to knock them out of the way. But in lieu of that, for non-move swap routes, the running attack of the shield is actually pretty decent. The two-handed running attack, especially, you just push stuff out of the way.
Yeah, it's very similar to the S-Stock, if you're familiar with like Prepare to Die runs, how they use it for its double hit. The shield kind of has a double hit, but it more knocks enemies out of the way than doing a lot of damage.
Yeah. I definitely prefer the S-Stock, but the shield is a nice consolation, I suppose. So this is going to be like an intense section of menuing here. Minoan's going to quantity usage, a 1k soul after buying some arrows, I believe. Yeah. You get a bunch of souls here. And then buy a few things, buy, I believe, the Crest of Artorias. And then prop swap some longswords so they can then store a negative quantity, which they're going to use to inject into the Twinkling Titanite drop prompt, and then they just duped a bunch of Twinkling Titanites using that glitch. And now they're just going to get a +5 Black Knight Halberd. So we're, what, like 6 minutes into the run, and we're already +5 BKH, and we still have a ton of souls. So they're going to be able to get a bunch of levels here as well. So you need at least 1822 to wield the halberd, but we've got plenty of souls left over, so we're going to get 32 strength, 32 endurance, and then a bunch of vit. And that's pretty much going to set us up for the whole run. Like, already just good to go. That's a lot of remaster runs are just like that. You get an Andre and you pop all your stuff, get a bunch of stuff, and then you're just huge for the rest of the run.
Yeah. Most of the time, I mean, other runs will like be way more sparing in their kind of souls and not wanting to spend like that extra little time duping. But it cost me like a couple seconds, and the amount of safety it's dumb not to take.
Yeah, but even if you were trying to be optimal, like just doing something pretty similar to that is not a bad idea. Like maybe you don't need this much of it, but like whatever. For a marathon, it's definitely nice to have. Oh, there you go. See, that's a good example of what we were talking about. That hollow blocking the way, and then that running attack just giving them just enough to get past. Nice.
And let me fix the brightness there.
Yeah, as a consequence of that dupe, it resets your brightness.
All right, hopefully I don't
I'm gonna
get
go for
screwed
the
over here.
firebomb tail cut here. See if it works.
No.
It flew up. There we go. All right. So that's one tail cut down.
That tail cut is a really annoying one because if I miss and hit the body instead of the tail, I have to just reset because I do way too much damage. For some reason in this game, if you cut the tail of an enemy but that hit kills the creature, you do not get the tail cut, and then they're dead, and then you can't reset.
So now we're just going to be ringing the bell here. Sam, do you have any donations while we do this?
I do. I have a $100 donation from my friend Dragonzord. Hope this helps and happy to do what I can for those in need. Stay awesome and keep kicking life's butt. Thank you so much for that generous donation.
That is insane. $100. Yeah, thank you. That's insane. Honestly, yeah. I mean, all the money that's been raised has been insane.
We've had a really good day one total. And okay, so now we are on our way to returning to the asylum, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes, we're going back to the asylum. There are a couple items. One of them is very much needed, and the other one, not so much, but I like to grab it just because it makes things more comfy for me.
Yeah, Minoan likes to get the rusted iron ring. You actually do go through a lot of like swamp and water in this run.
A fair amount, yeah.
I don't know if it's faster, but like, whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
it's probably not a big difference. But we also need we also need the peculiar doll as well, because there is a tail cut in the painted world that we're going to do later on. So we just need to stop by here and wait for the crow to pick us up.
This will also be a good time for donations.
Yeah, if you got more, Sam, hit us with it.
I do. We have got the running tab from Carl Germ, who donated $75, donating the tab for my run as promised. I'm bad at math, so I think this covers it. Putting this towards making my buddy Ninzi fight Nightmare King Grim. Thanks so much for that dono.
Good run, Carl.
With that, we are actually only $93 away from hitting $4,000 total raised for Save the Children.
That's crazy. All right, thank you, Sam. So that got through that part unscathed, surprisingly. Those torch hollows are actually like awful.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why I haven't been doing that recently. I just have like a sense for it for some reason, so I just do it.
I would at least have my shield out, but no, you didn't care. You're just like running through. Well, of course, these guys.
Funny enough, the change in the route with the way I have my stuff set up kind of messes it up because I'm used to doing like a different setup where I kind of like toggle my weapon 3 times after rolling at the pile.
Alright, so here's the ring that Minoan's picking up.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite rings, and it sucks that it's, I think, only in DS1, not even in DS2, but it removes the slowdown effect from Poison Swamp, Tar Pits, and Water. So just all the annoying areas in this game, pretty much.
Oh my gosh. Chaotic energy, all these hollows.
They do that. I have to be really careful coming out of there as they just huddle around and like wait for me trying to do their Olympic lawn jump to hit me.
Alright, so here's the peculiar doll pick up here. Hopefully this Black Knight doesn't mess with Minoan too much.
Just strafe around, and when I kneel down to warp away, it just misses me.
Nice. Alright, so now we are heading to Hydra in Darkroot Basin. I guess the main reason that we want to kill Hydra is to get access to the DLC. Of course, there are 2 tail cuts in the DLC later on.
Yep, and they're both fairly annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I take a interesting path. I don't head back down through the way I came up here, but instead I'm gonna head towards the Forest Hunter area. I don't fully know if it's faster or not because I don't do any plunges, but it's a lot safer and saves me from having
Yeah.
to quit out from the golems and getting hit by the water splash from the Hydra.
I think it is faster to go the other way, but it is very annoying to approach Hydra from that area.
So yeah, quitting out on the door because quit outs just skip the animations, and I'm way too used to it. I used to struggle a lot in this area. This area is very
Finding where to go.
weird, yeah, because it all looks very similar, and it's very hard to see where you're going exactly. And I almost got lost here. I went a little too far right, but managed to find where to go. So there's a lot of things other runners do here, like jumping down and getting to the bridge. Here, I just kind of drop down.
It's not as important,
but
if you're not trying to set up Red Tier Stone Ring, which Minoan didn't grab in this run, it's definitely not like necessary to have Red Tier Stone Ring. So if you're not trying to set up your HP in a certain way, it's not a big deal to just take these smaller drops.
Yeah, I mean, with Red Tier Stone Ring, there's not many bosses I do kill where it would save a lot of time, because most of the time if I get a tail cut, I'm just gonna leave if I don't have to fight the boss.
And it's not like you're fighting 4 kings.
Yeah. And I also do a ridiculous amount of damage.
Alright. Nice.
Small change I do here is I do heavy attacks.
Yeah, the R2s do the most damage here. Ooh, I
tried to avoid that.
Yeah.
Do a slam down, please. Hydra's very annoying with melee.
Yeah, and if you get too close, you get this attack, which is like totally different from the other one.
Yeah, or you fall off the edge.
Yeah, that can also.
Either way, not a good time. I just need 2 more hits, 1 more heavy attack and then 1 more light attack, and the Hydra will be dead. Oh, I barely missed that one.
Yeah, I hate this when you start getting this type of attack. It's just so weird.
Yeah, I'm getting a little trolled here by Hydra right now. I can't see. Okay.
The remaster particles, dude. There you go.
There we go.
That's the attack that we want him to do.
Alright, yeah, now it's the easy one. I just let them slam down and you get the last one easy.
So now we just need to do a quit out here to spawn the golden golem, rescue the Princess Dusk, and that will just trigger the DLC be open. You can either talk to her or kill her. And then you'll progress the quest line.
Well, I mean, there's a little bit more. You still need to get the broken pendant from the archives for some reason.
Yeah, but killing this will make the pendant spawn.
Yeah.
There we go.
Whoops. I just kill her because it's faster. Usually you wouldn't kill her if you're trying to get like the Dusk of Crown, but not really using magic.
Or if you want hidden body, you don't want to kill her. But you know, most routes nowadays just don't need that stuff unless you're doing like Grapple Mage.
Alright, so right now I'm going to be doing Sen's Gate skip. Very iconic skip to this game. Hopefully I get lucky from this hollow. No.
No. Well,
there we go. So I want to bait that hollow down here, and if they don't attack, they take forever to path down, but once they do attack, from here I kind of position myself. This third pillar, I parry and riposte. That was kind of high, but I got away with it, so...
Nice.
Should be fine. So I'm now in the top-down def camera state. What this does is stops areas from deloading, because when you get a def cam in the name def cam, you're supposed to die. They don't expect you to be alive with this on, so the game just kind of stops loading things. Oh no, now I'm struggling to find the door.
Yeah, in order to like save memory, the game's like, well, the player's dead. We're just gonna stop loading anything new. But we use that to our advantage. Like there's a kill box right underneath that death box plane. So if you're just a little bit too low when you do that riposte, you will die. So you kind of just need to be just the right spot in order to not die and only get the death cam.
Yes, definitely a super cool skip. Looks way more insane than it really is. It's just about having a mental map. There is some like annoying controls of it, but it's definitely
Yeah.
cool, and it's something that you see in other From games like DS3 with Fair and Keep Skip.
Yeah.
It's a different game, but very similar in design.
Yeah, it was originally found in Bloodborne, I believe.
Yeah, I'm not that familiar with Bloodborne runs. I should watch one day when I beat the game.
Yeah. That's the first thing I do whenever I beat a new game. I just watch a speedrun of it.
Right.
Well, this is a pretty standard run through of Sin's Fortress here that you'll see in most runs. It is interesting to note that the cycles that you get in the remaster, depending on your quit out location, are different from the original game because the loading is like, I guess, faster in the remaster. So the pendulums come in at different cycles. So if you're switching from one game to the next, you will get different cycles depending on where you're quitting out.
Yeah, and a part of those cycles was not only like making the boulder go away, but also setting up those 4 blades that I just passed to get past in like one sprint without stopping.
Yeah. If you know what you're doing, this is pretty comfy.
Yeah, very much so. And then once you get to the upper section, it's just super easy because the giants are not scripted very well. They just kind of throw it in the same area where the blast marks are. You typically only get hit if you stop and like pick up an item, which is not very speedrunner to do unless
And
you
can we
need it.
get a quick donation real quick?
Yeah, I just want to quickly remind all of our viewers at home that you can hit !donate in the chat. Click the link. You can make a donation to Save the Children right now, we are raising money for this weekend. You also can hit !merch in the chat. And just a reminder, each piece of merch sold has 20 to 30% going straight to Save the Children. So every dollar counts. Get your donations rolling in now.
Thank you, Sam. That fall you had, I've had that many times before.
Yeah, no. It's definitely, it's totally a rare glitch, trust me.
I've lost a few runs to that, more than I care to admit.
I blame Bob. I was way more focused on Bob than I was about cutting the corner.
That's exactly how it happens.
Oh, and Bob, for people who don't know, Bob is this hollow archer up here that is a pain. Usually not too bad, but when you're doing runs of RTSR for Iron Golem, it is not a fun time.
He is, I run no wrong warp, so he's always annoying for me.
Alright, so here I'm going to do the Iron Golem fall kill, which I messed up. And that damage threshold was unfortunate.
Barely missed.
I can...
You back it up.
Wow, I started that too early. Okay, let me just quit out and reset that.
Yeah. A lot of the times it's just like resetting the fight is kind of what you want to do.
Yeah. It's super easy, but also easy to mess up because you have to hit a very specific part, which is the ankles of the golem. And if you just, miss and hit like the upper thigh or...
Yeah, you do have to
just don't hit it. It's
like
super annoying.
the foot, like below the knee. If anything that's not below the knee, it won't count. All right, so we're in Rolando now. Now we're gonna be doing a bunch of stuff here. While like there's at least one tail cut that we want to do here, and we also want to acquire the Lord Vessel.
Yeah,
very much. Are you gonna grab this safety bonfire up here?
Yes, I'm gonna grab the safety bonfire.
Seems like a good idea. It's a pretty dangerous place, easy to die, so don't want to go all the way back to Sin's Fortress.
I'm gonna be doing a meme roll, which is super easy to set up in the remastered version. Prepare to die. It's a bit more
very
interesting.
Yeah.
But for remastered, I just have to get above 25.1% and below 29.8% or something like that.
It's a huge window.
It's huge.
and then prepare to die edition. It's an extremely small window.
And here I just do it by equipping the
That looks good.
straight sword hilt, which puts me just over.
Yeah, so
Because the map works out really perfectly.
Minoan's just like spamming the roll button in the air, and it's just that equip load lets you just chain rolls in the air, and then of course you have iframes during the roll, so you literally iframe the fall damage, preventing you from dying. Right there, they had to quit out because if they kept going, the death there would be like a kill box down there during that death cam that would just immediately kill them. So they store their position with one of the air rolls and then quit out, and then they're down there. And then here's a cool skip. This is NAMI Rafters, which means that they don't have to deal with that last painting Guardian. It's also a little faster. There's Rafters. That was a nice Rafters.
Yeah, very very much so. I've practiced Namu too much that when I don't do Namu, I like mess up. It's an issue. But yeah, now after pulling the lever, I just immediately hop down instead of going the normal path and heading to ONS because I need to go see Priscilla.
Yeah.
And Priscilla is down at the bottom here, past the painting. Because I picked up the Peculiar Doll earlier from going back to the asylum, I'm able to access the painted world, which is surprisingly comfy. Feels very weird to say that the painted world is like an easy segment, but
When you have this much HP, it definitely is.
yeah.
When you're running through at like lower levels, especially like in PTDE runs, you can definitely get killed pretty fast. But I mean, if you're experienced with it, it's really not too bad. And there's a nice skip near the end of this level that kind of prevents you from having to do a lot of annoying stuff here.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm glad that skip is still in the game. I cannot imagine trying to go through the bone wheel section to turn the lever.
Yeah, it makes this part so much nicer.
I like to jump on that table there. I get better RNG from those two pyromancer. I don't actually know the name of the enemy.
I think they're called bloat heads, maybe. But I don't know. Maybe the DLC enemies are called bloatheads. I don't know.
Yeah, no, the DLC ones are called bloatheads. I don't know.
Whatever. They're gross things.
Yeah, but what I just did was just hop down on an invisible platform. It is very easy, like nothing fancy to it. You just walk off on an invisible platform and go down to the end.
Yeah, you kind of want to go at like at least somewhat good of an angle because it is easy to miss if your angle's really bad. But if you have an eye for it, it's really easy to do.
Yeah.
So this is a slightly precarious tail cut. Let's see if Minoan can get it first try. Oh, okay. So
it's like barely missed, yeah.
Didn't get it, so now they'll have
right
to
here.
knock them out of invisibility and then try to get the tail cut. This is a lot more annoying when Priscilla's moving.
Oh my gosh, Priscilla.
And Priscilla's also kind of squishy, so we don't want to kill her. Okay.
I got insanely. There
Nice.
we go. And then
There
one
you
more,
go.
and she's dead.
There you go.
I'm gonna heal up for safety here, just in case. I did not need to unequip it. Very interesting. I did not know she could spawn that close.
Oh yeah, she has a bunch of different spawn locations. So now we're just on our way to ONS.
Sorry, that painted guardian scared me there.
That one by the door? Yeah. Oh.
Alright, so this next little running segment is not too much going on, so it could be a good time for some donations.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So just a reminder, $93 away in that $4,000 goal here on Souls Speedruns Charity Marathon 2023, raising money for Save the Children. When you hit that link and make your donation, you have a chance well, not a chance. You can. You can put your donation towards some incentives. We have some incredible incentives here. Coming up, one of the next runs will be for Hollow Knight, where you can have the incentive of having our next runner fight King Grim, which is insane. So you should definitely put your donos towards that. Also, we have some Sekiro incentives, All Souls plus Sekiro Relay Race going on, coming up in the next few hours. So get those donations in now.
Thank you, Sam. Good job. You got through the hellish area that is Anne Orlando.
Yep, Final Sniper wanted to be annoying, but
Yeah.
when you have a halberd, it's not too bad. As long as you don't get hit by the one from behind who like curves the arrow around the pillar somehow.
So the enemy is called Engorged Hollow. That's what they're called.
Oh, okay.
So I'll have to remember that.
Me too, yeah. So here I'm just gonna do the jump that I'm sure people even found in like casual playthroughs. It's very intuitive just to jump over the railing from the stairs and skip that entire interior section and make it right to the boss. Very nice, because I don't actually like going for that area. I don't know if people do.
I like to play as little of this game as possible.
Yeah, me too. Although for here, I'm not going to AI break ONS, which might bite me. I thought I could run away from that in time.
Alright, I think this is a 4-hit Ornstein.
Yeah.
Okay. One more, maybe?
Of course, the bunny hops.
Ooh. Nice.
Not my
okay.
favorite boss ever.
Mine either. So
I
Smo
have a safety
is...
bonfire.
Yeah, you're okay. Smo is really annoying with the halberd because he has a 3-hit stagger. Yeah, and he likes to do this butt stop attack that you can't really do anything about other than stagger him out of it. So if you don't have a stagger coming up on him and he butt stops, you just kind of have to run away. Nice. All right.
Not too bad.
Take care of Guinevere and grab the Lord Vessel from her so we can warp around.
Yeah, very, very sorry about this, but it's faster to kill her.
She
has too much
causes
dialogue.
dude. I'm sorry. Alright, 69 damage. Let's go.
Perfect. I'm very cautious about that one because during one of my practices I got like a frame perfect one where it didn't give me the Lord Vessel.
Yeah, dude, that's a classic. Okay, now we are on our way to Blighttown. We're gonna be heading to the Centipede Demon Tailcut. We kind of, have to wade through some stuff to get there.
Yeah. For this, I want to basically drop down from up top because I'm going to be going in from where you would typically exit Blighttown from because I have access to it from the Valley of the Drakes. But I can't use the typical setup, so instead I have to unequip the bow and put on the thief mask to raise me into range. I shouldn't have equipped it that early. And I want my fists out because I'm going to be doing the Blighttown plunge. I'm going to go into a plunge fall damage cancel, and it will cue a roll as I slide off, after I slide off from the slope as I just spam it. But when the roll happens, I will be way above the ground. So I go into a meme roll from that roll to negate the fall damage here.
Yeah, this is a cool trick that you can do. Doing air rolls out of a plunge. Like combining two different types of fall damage cancels. Nice, very cool.
Way better than the other way.
Yeah, there's a faster way to do it, at least in terms of IGT, but it's really annoying. So I do not blame Minoan for doing the easier and RTA friendly method. still looks cool too. Honestly, it might even look cooler than the other one.
Yeah, the other one kind of goes off screen a lot. It's kind of hard
Yeah.
to tell what's going on. I never understood what was going on at first until like I understood what a slope quit out was. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I'm not doing that.
A lot of different ways to cancel fall damage in this game.
Oh yeah, especially with fall control, it just adds even more.
So here comes the Quelaag fight. This should hopefully go okay if Minoan can land their hits on the body portion of Quelaag. There's the stagger.
My stagger has been really
Okay.
bad recently. I can get away with that.
Good enough.
It's good enough, yeah. I need to work on my stagger though for sure.
It's harder than it seems to chain the staggers on Quelaag because you need to time them correctly. Quelaag can jump away through them, which makes them even harder to time. Like you can't just do them immediately. You have to wait for her stagger to reset, or you will overlap the stagger. So it's not that easy, honestly.
I
There's
run
the
the
bell.
second bell of awakening. I'm gonna heal up here just in case.
Yeah, I think now. So we still haven't had the Lord Vessel placed, so we just need to take care of that.
Yeah, no. That's exactly why I run the second bell and ran the bell for the gargoyles, is I need to place the Lord Vessel to get rid of the golden fog gates. There are two I need to get past, and let me reinforce. And technically I can skip past them. One of the skips would be very RNG dependent, and the other one I would need to go get fall control for, basically. Not really good for a marathon run or for anybody's health. I would not want to do the fire sage skip.
Yeah, that one's especially bad. The Duke's Golden Fog Gate skip, Swag FGS, that skip's also really annoying. I've never even done that on the remaster.
Yeah, I've heard conflicting things about it, like it being possible, it not being possible. It seems like
Yeah,
it's likely
I don't
harder on
know.
remastered, maybe.
Not sure.
But yeah. I'm going to be doing the ceaseless discharge skip. One of the honestly, one of the coolest skips in my opinion, because it just comes down to from software being lazy and not fully covering the ground in like hurt spots, because who would just jump down here and start running across the lava skipping
Yeah.
ceaseless?
This is a very cool skip, and one of the things that I would commend about remaster runs is that this skip still exists in remaster runs, but you never see this on Prepare to Die edition because of the Fire Sage elevator clip. So it's cool that this skip still exists, at least. It's an old skip.
Not my best so far, but that's a lot better.
Ooh, that was
You,
pretty good.
you can get really optimized in this, where you
Yeah,
just don't
yeah.
take any damage.
Right, you can do
can
this
also-
at super low HP if you're good at it.
You can also take damage and it not be too bad as well.
Hey, the second half of that was not too bad at all.
Yeah, I still didn't get the last jump, but
Yeah.
whatever.
That last
That one's
part's
hard.
pretty annoying. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
definitely a glitch that looks a lot harder than it is, because the safe areas are very, very narrow.
Definitely helps to have a big ol' HP bar.
And one of the fun parts about this skip is there's no bonfire behind me, even if I kill
Yeah.
that guy there, because for some reason it's tied to Ceaseless's death.
Yeah, I've heard people like maybe think that From didn't let the bonfire be placed there because they didn't want to soft lock people here if they did lava skips somehow. I don't know if that's true or not, but yeah, that bonfire just isn't there until after you kill Ceaseless. Just a little strange.
Yeah, that could be fair. Alright,
Here's a tanky dude.
I rolled that so terribly here. One of the
This
things
boss has an
I
insane amount of HP.
do not like about Dark Souls 1 is I'm dead here. Oh no, I'm not. Okay. Besides this boss, I hate this boss.
I don't like this boss.
the rolls are very weird in this game, where they are at the very start of the roll, which can make trying to roll an attack very annoying, especially if it's a fast one.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think I went like a few years without ever actually fighting this boss because of the elevated clip in Prepare to Die edition.
yeah, no, that fight is ridiculous. There's a lot of tanky bosses, and that's one of them with some very annoying attacks, but yeah, I mean, it's crazy that like I'm dealing that amount of damage with a Black Knight Halberd +5, which
Yeah,
does 20% extra damage to
I
demon
know.
enemies. And it's still
Whenever I
tanky.
fight Fire Sage, I'm like, did I upgrade my weapon? Like, what is this damage, man?
It feels very unreal.
All right, well, here's the end of the Isola segment coming up here. We got the Centipede tail cut coming up, which it can be a little sketch if Centipede doesn't behave, which he likes to not behave, honestly. He's a bad boy.
Yeah, it's like a 50% if it goes well or not. It either happens or it doesn't. So
Yeah.
hopefully
It either happens or it doesn't. True.
I go over here and
Okay,
he doesn't
sweet.
jump for me.
Okay,
Nice.
that's good. Nice.
There we go.
And then you can just warp out. Don't even need to finish him off.
Yeah. It sucks that I decided to make it the tail and not the arm. I made sure to specify for that boss because it does have an arm.
Sure. Yeah, you gotta keep the meme purity.
Yeah, because the arm is so much easier to cut. You just run to the left and
Yeah. Well, it's just like sometimes Centipede does not want to get out of the lava.
He does not. He understands that the lava is a safe place and
Yeah.
he stays in it. That's how I would be as a Dark Souls boss, to be fair. I'd be cheap.
So now this is a bit of a long segment, just all trying to get all the way to Seath. This might be a good time for donations if we have any.
All right, I see a lot of new friendly faces in chat, so I just want to welcome everyone to the Souls Charity Marathon 2023. You can catch back-to-back Souls speedruns right here with relay races and a ton more. The marathon is benefiting the Save the Children charity, and we are doing it all weekend long. You can hit !donate in the chat and submit your donations now. We have plenty of incentives. So you can get those donations rolling right now.
Thank you, Sam.
Alright, so when I get to the top of here, there's a golem that will drop the broken pendant. Kind of annoying to grab.
Yeah, it is,
Sometimes
especially
I'll just
with the
get hit.
halberd.
Yeah, some of the enemies in this game, damage scaling's a little questionable.
Yeah, this area can be a nightmare, especially if they get buffed by the channeler ahead too.
You can easily
they
die.
Do an insane amount of damage, even with this huge HP bar.
Yeah, it will surprisingly just disappear.
That wasn't too bad though. So now we're heading up to another very famous skip called Duke Skip. Maybe not in the way that you've seen it before though. No one's going to be setting up an up warp here, which is going to be a very different looking Duke Skip than people used to do in the past. Oh,
That was too low.
messed up the quit out. That's okay.
I can recover from it very easily.
Yeah, sorry. You need to like position yourself in just the right way on the like edge of the platform where your position's going to be stored, and then the elevator is going to go up in like one frame during the load, and it shoot you all the way to the top, and then we'll be able to do an air roll out of that. So hopefully it works here. Get the up warp.
That quit out felt so bad. And it somehow worked.
And then just roll all the way to the bottom. Easy.
Unequip the bow there just to hit that dude out of the way, because I don't do it the other way where you land on the railing, so that hollow archer just likes to sit there and block your way. Mainly because they hate you.
Oh, do you have? Oh, you almost didn't have enough stamina there. Nice. So that little like lip that you rolled over, you can't like do that in Prepare to Die edition. It's so annoying. Like well, you can, but it's like crazy hard to do. But for some reason, that collision, you can just go right over it in the remaster.
Yeah, when I was starting to roll down that way, I went like, oh, that might not be enough stamina. And I just went, it's too late. I either hit it or I don't.
I thought you might have been dead, but yeah, you didn't.
Yeah, that's one of the fun things about this game is even when it looks like you have enough stamina to roll, sometimes it just won't let you.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Well, it's just, I guess you just need a certain threshold.
Yeah. Alright, Crystal Cave is a very relatively easy segment as long as you don't get hit by annoying slopes, but
the thing is there's a lot of ways to go through this area, and you can kind of pick or choose how you want to do it depending on how fast you want to do it. The fastest way to get through here is pretty annoying though, and I wouldn't recommend it for a marathon.
I wouldn't recommend it in general unless you're going for a world record, let's be honest
out.
here.
Yeah, the slope quit out, that there's like a insane skip that you can do here. The skip like about 20 seconds of running, but it's really easy to die, and then we'd have to run through all this again, and this is a long part to run back through, so we're not going to do that.
Coming up, we're going to be using a cool all achievements trick where you quit out. So certain bosses, typically with cutscenes, when you quit out, there'll be some issues where they'll have some weird meme associated with them. In this case, Seif, if you quit out too close to the fog gate, he'll just turn around for some reason. Why this happens, who knows, but it's really useful for cutting the tail.
I don't know if anyone knows why the bosses act weird when you quit out near them. I'm not sure if anyone knows that, but...
Very thankful for it, because...
Steve just turns right around. It exposes his tail.
Which makes the tail cut...
very easy.
Extremely easy.
Idiot.
Just hope you don't mess it up. But now it's DLC time.
DLC.
This will also be a good time for donations. Because it's a long-running segment to get to the DLC.
All right, so we are absolutely thrilled to be partnering with Elgato this year. Elgato is a leader in audiovisual technology. We're thrilled to be partnered with them. They're giving away 2 Stream Decks with custom blue dials that everyone in chat can enter to win through the Gleam. You can hit !Gleam in chat to check that out. Also want to mention that we do have merch this year as well that you can check out. We've got hats, beanies, sweaters, t-shirts. I actually really like the sweaters this year. I think I'm going to get one myself. But what's awesome is that you, when you go to buy one, 20 to 30% of your purchase is going to be going towards Save the Children. We're raising money for Save the Children all weekend long. So many chances to get your donations in. And awesome things to get from that as well. Merch. Hello, merch. Everybody loves merch.
I love merch.
All right, so DLC is where a glitch is going to take top priority of pickup and enter. I believe it was Duxall who showed off it earlier today.
Yeah.
But it's a remastered only glitch where you hit your 2 action binds of an item on the ground near a fog gate, and when you time it just right, most likely frame perfect, you pick up the item and enter the fog gate with a weird turn, which allows you to bypass some AI triggers.
Yeah, you can like enter at an angle, which can shoot you out of bounds. It can let you bypass what triggers the AI for the bosses.
And the angle you started at is very important because it determines what angle you will exit at. So lineups are going to be used, and it's going to be used on the first boss here. This one is very RNG, and the fact that sometimes the Sanctuary Guardian, I'll enter the gate properly and then the AI just get triggered anyways. Sometimes it won't get triggered, but the tail won't cut. It's one of the weird things. I don't fully know why it doesn't. It just doesn't.
Yeah, it's something like how the tail cut is like loaded through the fog wall and the AI trigger, and like I guess if you bypass it in just the right way, it won't let you cut the tail. That looked promising. He's not moving, so let's see if the tail cut works.
I'll be honest, I can never tell like if the tail cut will or will not happen. It just... Okay, yeah, it doesn't.
Okay.
So with this, I'm gonna just use a strat where I just go back to the fog gate and trigger the fight like normal, after giving the Guardian 2 hits to make the kill a little easier. Because fighting Sanctuary Guardian is not fun with the way it likes to hop around.
Yeah, this is one of my least favorite bosses. Oh,
Nice. That's
it's
one,
still not...
that's 2.
Oh, okay. No,
Heavy
yeah,
attack,
yeah.
nice.
And a kick.
No way I get
Alright,
away with
one
this,
more
right?
hit.
Okay. I shouldn't
Dude.
go for that.
That would have been sick.
Yeah, I'm just concerned about it might not kill him though, so I'll just do it like
There
that.
you go.
I know the
Alright.
scarecrows are gonna hit me.
So now we got to make our way to Artorias, and instead of going through the path that you would normally go through, where you like encounter Calamite for the first time on that bridge to the side, we're just gonna bypass that and do a skip called Royal Wood Skip using the air roll glitch that you've seen already.
Yeah, I haven't tested it first because Calamite does have a tail, and sometimes I've had some issues with Calamite's trigger to be shot down, and I wonder if part of it is because I don't encounter the first, like, instance of seeing Calamite, and I need to see him 2 times or something weird like that.
No, I don't think it's anything to do. I don't think that affects anything.
I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things I'd have to test, but I'm like, eh.
Yeah, if only you could like cut his tail there when he lands for the first time.
That'd be crazy. I should have tested that. That'd be insane if you
I don't
could.
think you. I don't think you can interact with them, but I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh.
How'd I mess that up?
Yeah, sometimes it takes a second for the weight
Oh,
load
yeah,
to
you're right.
update. There's like a 1 second timer for the weight load to update. Yeah, see? He got a fast roll even though he was in mid-roll equip load, but the game hadn't updated the weight load because it takes a second for it to do it.
Suffering from success. I'm moving too
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah. Okay, here's going to be another fog wall thing, but first we have to trigger Artorias to actually even have him be loaded. But Minoan's going to quit out and then do the same thing that they did on Sanctuary Guardian to just have a fully AFK Artorias fight.
Yeah. The setup I used last time, I didn't want to like mention it too much so you weren't squinting your eyes trying to see it, but this one's easy. I just move with the bow until the pillar on the right side of the screen just disappears, and I have the angle. This one's super easy to set up.
Messed
but
up
thing
the
that's
input.
not so
Yeah.
easy is the input.
Yeah.
Okay, second try. There we go.
Nice.
I may be messing up other stuff, but for some reason I'm good at hitting the inputs that matter.
Yeah, we got one more of those to go too. Which is honestly, the next one of these is like the most useful one probably. Like it is so
It's-
so nice.
It's just for me.
Yeah, and it's literally only for this route. Alright.
Just use my DS3 skills to watch my stamina while just hitting away at Artorias. I could fight him like normal. I'm not good enough at that fight.
It's whatever. It's cool. The boss isn't moving. You're just beating him to death. That's cool.
Yeah, a lot easier to deal with, especially when I, before I like found the Calamite AI break, I was pulling my hair out with Calamite. I would not want
Yeah.
to go into Artorias, die, lose like minutes, and then after that go to Calamite.
Yeah. So now what we're doing is we're just setting up the whole side quest that you have to do to get Calamite on the ground. So first we have to go get the crest key, which is down here in Newlisteel Township. You have to do this cursed run through here. This much HP, as long as you don't fall off, you'll probably be okay. Nice.
Really? Can't believe that blowhead sorcerer firing it so close range.
Yeah, she took a while to even do it.
I've gotten way too used to it. They do it so often. Alright, yeah. I'm pretty sure I can't cut the tail before Calmate's shot down. I could be wrong.
No, you can't.
But
You
yeah,
can't.
it just doesn't seem like it.
Calamite has to be grounded before you can cut the tail, which is actually a good thing for Gothless Calamite because that is what you hit for Gothless Calamite. You hit the tail over and over again, and if it cut it, that would be really bad.
I've never had that bloat head come out that far.
Yeah, that was weird.
This Mimic has the crest key for me. Let's kill it and grab it, and I'm gone. Crest key is still kind of useless to me, because first I need to go see Calamite before Goff will shoot him down. I don't know why. It seems like one of those weird things.
It's just part of the side quest. The flag triggers whenever Calamite comes over in the spot. Once he gets past a certain point, a flag triggers, and you can just go to Goff.
Yeah,
So first we have to go see him.
It's just one of those things I wish FromSoft was like thinking of me in the future. Okay, so this area I'm going to be coming back to later because I'm going to be breaking Calamite's AI with the same pickup and enter. So I will have to kill these dogs, and I found a decently consistent way to do it. But these dogs are very annoying. Putting dogs outside a boss fight is not the fun time.
They hit kind of hard.
At least I'm not doing an RTSR run.
Yeah.
I was not paying attention to my health there.
I think that's not gonna let it trigger properly. I think you'll have to come back.
Yeah, I would just assume so.
Yeah.
It'd be faster just to go back than to go up and then find it not work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot the dogs were chomping at my feet.
Yeah, yeah.
So the fall killed me.
That's okay. Do you have any donations for us, Sam, while we're doing this run back?
I do. Strangely enough, I have a donation from Calamite that says, in my opinion, tails are a thing to be treasured, not cut. I also have a $25 donation from Calamite that just says, Swampy?
Swampy?
The tail grows back. Every tail grows back.
It does grow back.
Yeah.
It's true.
Every creature's like a lizard that has a tail in this game. It'll just grow back for him. Yeah, it's fine.
Just take the weapon out of it and then you stick it right back on.
It's even a part of one of the boss encounters with Centipede. Okay, let's just play it. Never mind.
Oh, that... Oh,
That's fine. I blame the dog again. Oh, the dog's here as well. Okay.
Alright, now
I played a little safe here. I wait to physically see Calamite there because I've had some issues with it before. I just don't want to deal with it.
That will definitely work. You can bone out a little earlier than that, but if you want to make sure it works, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah. It's just super annoying when it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because you'll spend your time going up here, then just not getting the dialogue.
Yeah, so like we were saying earlier, you need a flag to trigger before Goff will give you the right dialogue to let you shoot Calamite down. Which is what we're going to do right now.
Yeah, and Goff has some interesting dialogue. So first I want to open up the menu, spam for the dialogue, and then I just leave it, and then I go back in. I need to hit yes on 2 dialogue boxes, spam through it, hit the cutscene, and then here I want to run away to skip his dialogue he says after the cutscene plays that stops me from warping away.
Yep.
Just saving a couple of seconds. I found that recently, and it was very much just in my face the whole time.
All right, so now we get to see like one of the coolest ways to cut his tail. So like, if you've ever tried to cut Calamite's tail, you may know that it is pretty annoying. You need to like try to bait out a certain attack and all this stuff, and it can take a while before you get it set up correctly, and it's a huge pain. But there's using the strats that we were using on Sanctuary Guardian and Artorias, we can enter the boss room without triggering his AI, which has the side effect of you cannot actually kill Calamite when you do that. However, you can cut Calamite's tail, which is all that matters. We don't have to actually kill Calamite for this run.
Here we go. That's what I was talking about with the dogs. If I just don't let them hit my shield but back away and then just space myself correctly, I can hit them before they decide to jump away. So they love to do that as well.
Yes, they do.
Maybe hopefully I hit it. I messed up too early.
It's okay. Got plenty of arrows to retry.
This one's also very easy to set up.
Yeah, this is like the coolest one for this route.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
let me shout out Goofball for this one. After I just hit it there, should work.
Nice.
Goofball was just asking oh, can you just not break Calamite's AI? And I just assumed, most likely no. I just kind of assumed you couldn't. But in fact you can, because you see as soon as I drop down, no boss health bar like normal.
Yeah.
So thank you
chilling
Goofball
there.
for this, because this has saved me so much pain.
Yeah. I imagine this was really annoying to deal with before, but now you can just run up and with the BKH do attacks. And there it is. Easy.
Very RNG dependent, but with that it's super easy.
Yeah. That's actually an insane strat for this route. It's not useful for anything else because you can't kill Calamite when you do that, but you can cut his tail. Strat literally just made for Minoan.
The only thing I could think of would be well, no, that wouldn't work. Never mind. I was gonna say maybe a pacifist run where you are trying to level up your weapon to max without killing anything, and then I remembered, oh wait, you gotta kill that one golem to get into the DLC. I guess you technically don't, but then at that point you're dealing with online stuff.
So now this is the I would call this cleanup. We've got a few more tail cuts that we need to take care of. The first one that Minoan's gonna head to is Hellkite.
This guy.
Bridge. There he is right there. Can't get him yet though. We have to get past Taurus first. Which this is gonna be a pretty easy Taurus kill. It's not often in routes you see people take Taurus on with a +5 BKH.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely one of the things I can talk about this run is there's a lot of rerouting that can do to be faster, and one of them would be starting out and going through this place first, but Hellkite's tail cut is not the easiest. It's not too bad, but definitely a lot easier just to get it done later and just follow a route you're more used to. But you can definitely see the damage difference a little bit as Taurus is gone. He died so quick, the fog gate doesn't even have time to let me out. Alright, and now it's Hellkite. I don't do any quote out here, I just run over into this corner. Wait for the fire to dissipate, shoot an arrow at Hellkite. That will cause Hellkite to drop down, and then I can miss the tail cut, and then hit it.
Nice, and that's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's also why I like to do it later, because if you mess up and miss, you don't get screwed over as bad, and you can just try again.
That also is a more annoying tail cut in the remaster because there's an extra hollow there that just survives the fire from Hellkite.
And some
It's,
fun things like the
annoying.
instant fly up.
Alright, so now we are going to be heading to the depths using a pretty cool out of bounds to get there.
Yeah, this out of bounds is really cool. It's one that I sort of struggled with. I'd always be off and on struggling with it. But weirdly some advice was wait until you see your character twitching as you go up the ladder here, and then you tap the A button. I don't know why it works, but it does. So I go up and I wait. No, I did that too early. but I go up and I wait till my character starts twitching, and then I do that. And then I mess up the roll.
This
That's
little
typically what I mess up now.
this thing where you get popped up on the ladder is a remaster only thing as well.
There we go. And it allows me to get onto the battlements and then drop down onto the tunnel where the undead merchant is. And from here, I can drop down onto the tower outside of Capra's boss room and then onto the roof of the depths. Then from here, I'm going to do a precarious jump to the roof here, use a Twin Humanity because I'm low on HP, and this is kind of just the fastest way for me to heal with only +1 Estus.
Now we need to get back inbounds.
Oh, that might be a...
That might be bad.
But like
we'll see.
You just have to die and go back. If it saved my position. Okay, it didn't. Good.
Okay, you're good. You're good.
I thought I went to left there again.
So you can. There's a door trigger here nearby. You can interact with from above, and it just pops you right back inbounds like this. So now we can go to Gaping Dragon.
Yeah, there are multiple ways to do it, and I was messing around with the other way that runners typically do it, where you kind of like...
The fog gate skip.
Yeah, you skip the fog gate, but there was some meme with the tail cut not working.
Right. It's since you don't go through the fog wall with the fog gate skip, it actually, you just can't get the tail, so you have to go through here.
Give me no choice, but it's not too bad. It's a very easy tail cut.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the fog gate skip's super annoying, so...
Yep. That's a
There
tail
we go.
cut. Very easy. Now there's just one tail cut left. Arguably the most annoying one that I wish they didn't put in the game.
Well, just getting to it. Actually cutting it's not hard, but
Yeah.
like the journey to it is not fun.
See, the very last tail cut is the Everlasting Dragon all the way in the Ash Lake. So first I need to warp to Quelaag's domain, go through Blighttown, go through the Great Hollow, go through Ash Lake, and then cut it.
This is probably a good time to get some donations before we get to the Great Hollow.
All right. I have a $50 donation from Diablo 2. No comment, but thank you so much for that generous donation. We also have a $14 donation from Carter. Over 4K hype, it brings our total raise for Save the Children to $4,001. So thank you very much for all of your donations tonight.
4,000 in the first day.
Yeah, it is a good year for speedrun. SoulsSpeedrun. I have to think about the name sometimes.
Yeah.
Good.
No.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been messing it up. It's okay though.
Yeah.
So,
I just went with the second option, speedrun, and it was very unspecific.
So luckily we have the Rusted Iron Ring that Minoan picked up earlier, so we'll get through here somewhat quick.
Yeah, if I didn't have to do this segment, I wouldn't pick it up. It's mainly just this segment that kind of makes me pick it up. There is a way to avoid it. It's just very annoying because I have to do a jump after like the first Hellkite encounter to like get down to, I believe, your Griggs and like rescue him. But I'd have to do some like fire bombs or buy the resident key because the master key doesn't work on that door.
Yeah, there's
get
definitely
him back to Firelink, get fall control, and then do a Ron warp to the start of Blighttown, and then
yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot of ways that you could route this. It's honestly one of the cool things about speedrunning this game is like there's a lot of options with the different tech that exists within it.
Yeah, it's one of the fun things I've had about with like meme runs because most runs are already like pretty much routed. There's not much you can change besides making it easier for yourself. Where me doing like these meme runs that no one has really done before, I get to route out something that like I've routed out pretty much.
Yeah. I get that experience a lot doing miscellaneous categories because a lot of times the miscellaneous categories get really out of date, and then once you have a bunch of new strats, you go into a category you haven't ran in a while, and then you just pump it full of new strats, and it's like a whole new thing that you get to route yourself. So that process is pretty fun. I'll tell you what isn't fun is going down the Great Hollow. This is one of the worst areas to go through.
And I forgot it. Okay, it's here.
This would be another spot where, like, it would be really nice to have, like, fall control, you know?
even then with fall control, it's still kind of precarious, some of the things I've
Yeah.
seen. And it's very easy to still die with it. It's not like DS3, where spook quitouts are insanely easy.
I think they're easier in this game.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe prepare to die, and not, but like not DSR, because
Mm.
likely some DSR.
I
Maybe.
actually don't think I've ever done a fall control quit out in DSR. So
That might be it. I don't know. I'll have to try prepare to die at some point. It's a lot easier with like the slope fall damage or fall control quit out, but just like the normal one, it's like more similar to spook. Is I find it the timing very tight. But that might just be me because I'm used to like the sound cue of the scream from DS3, which makes it easy.
some cute mushrooms.
I love these little mushroom guys. Not the big ones though.
I think it's funny how they fall on their face.
It is insanely cute. Except the big ones. The big ones that are just covered in blood from the people they've just slaughtered. Those ones are scary.
Yes, they are. Well, this is the final stretch running through Ash Lake. Cool area to come across in like your first playthrough. You like find it for the first time, but actually running through here in like any speedrun where this is part of the goals for the completion of the speedrun, it gets boring pretty quick. Like there's just nothing going on here unless you need to kill the Hydra, I guess. But
The
like hundo runs.
like Covenant. I think there might be some Covenant items for all achievements. I could be wrong. I mean, definitely for Hundo.
Yeah, but for the most part, it's just kind of like barren. You're just like running through here.
Yeah. There's a cool skip to skip the Great Hollow that I remembered that
there are.
Kamal has a video of. It's not a fun time. It's seam walking and
Yes, it is.
and then the final quit out is, I think, most likely one of the hardest fall control quit outs. I don't know how you're supposed to time it.
We got Free Willy going on here.
I'm gonna just play it safe and pop a humanity. I'd be very upset if I died right
there's
at like, the end.
Yeah. There's a cool meme with that Hydra jumping over. Like, sometimes it will hit a clam, and it will, like, I guess, mess with its trajectory in some way, and it instantly dies while it's trying to jump over.
There's so many things like that in this game.
Yeah.
So much like weird jank, like
Yeah,
Hellkite can just randomly die for some reason.
This is a weird game.
It really is, but that's what makes it so fun to run at times. Is
Yeah.
You could do some very weird things to do weird things, like, you know, what I've done with the tail cut. Yeah, I don't know if there's many games like this where you could just go around doing like random things and just leaving.
All right, well, here comes the final bit.
Yeah. I can see it and it's still far away. Feels like the closer you get to it, the more you realize how far it is.
Yeah.
Okay, time is almost up. It'll be up as soon as I cut the tail, right here.
Time.
There we go.
GG.
I've got Priscilla's tail cut, the Drake, or the Hellkite Drake, Steve's tail cut, Calamete's tail cut, this is the Everlasting Dragon tail cut, Gargoyle tail cut, Gaping Dragon, the Guardian tail cut, and then finally Centipede Demon tail cut. That's all 9.
Good job.
Thank you. Super cool run. Super enjoyable.
All right. You want to say anything to sign us off, Minoan?
Yeah, sorry, I just had to mute to yawn. I'm kind of a little tired, but
I am too, man. I'm exhausted, honestly.
no, I mean, yeah, thank you for having me. Thank you to everybody who's donated, raised money for Save the Children. It's honestly amazing in the time we are in right now where that money is really needed. Yeah, thank you for SoulsSpeedrun for having me and for hosting this amazing event.
Thanks for having me on, Minoan. It was a pleasure.
No problem. Thank you for commentating.
Yeah.